Good morning.
Good morning. No, have a look. It's clearly nighttime and it's up late and I look exhausted.
Me too. It's okay. This morning, I put my toast in the toaster and waited 5 minutes for it to pop, only to realize I never put any toast in the toaster and I was waiting for no toast to pop out of the toaster. So
That
it's
was a
been a
good way
long
to
day.
start. I think you put that on like one of your stories and I saw that. Yeah.
It was a really good way to start my morning. So it was fun.
Well, yeah. How do you like your toast?
How do I like it?
Mm.
Um, it depends on how I feel, but a majority of the time it is, sort of still a little bit white, but like just like cooked, like it's browned a little bit. And then you got to melt the butter straight away and then chuck that Vegemite on. Nice, good smear.
Excellent. I was just talking about the toast itself. No, you don't have to go into the Vegemite thing.
Oh,
We've had the Vegemite debate before.
be specific then, okay?
Yeah. I mean, did your nan ever like scrape the black off it and go, oh, the toast is still good?
Yeah. She
Yeah.
used to do lots of stuff like that because she was very thrifty. Well, she still is a very thrifty woman and makes me laugh the shit that she pulls. But yeah, that was one of the things she used to do. Yeah.
It's a very nana thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very stereotypical.
How's your week been in terms of movies and stuff like that?
Not too bad actually. I mostly watched a new one that I'd never seen before, so I got to tick that off my list mostly. Deliverance.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so it's been on my list for forever, and it popped up the other day, and I'm like, why not?
Do you know, I can watch Deliverance at any time. Like if someone said, let's put Deliverance on, I could drop what I'm doing and watch it. I just love it that much.
It's really good. I was pretty tired at that day, so I haven't finished it yet. So
It's
I'll
a
go back
long
and finish
haul.
it.
It is a long haul, and make sure you're awake for the rest of it because I think that final act is a bit of a drag, but everything else is just so good, so good. And
I mean, for a 70s movie,
I don't know how far into it you've gotten, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but have you gotten to the cliff scene at nighttime yet?
that's literally where I've stopped it.
Take note of the background, so you'll see.
Okay. I've already done my research.
Yes.
I've already done my research because I'm one of those people that like to look up information as I'm watching it. I'm one of them.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, they saturated it. Apparently.
That's a good thing. Although when it's the first time you're watching, I'm not so sure. But
no, I kind of like to do that so I can pick it. Like I can pick things and I can see it, and I feel like I appreciate it a little bit more that way. But
no, fair
anyway,
enough.
It's the banjo scene. I've seen it on YouTube. I couldn't tell you how many times, and I finally got to see it in the movie, and it just gave me chills. I loved it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's everything about it. I love it. I love like wilderness movies anyway, and like whitewater movies are really good. And yeah,
I said to myself,
like a pig.
Yeah, I said to myself when I started watching, I'm like, I could have sworn Burt Reynolds was in this movie. I could have sworn it. Did not pick him. Not pick him.
You're joking.
It was crazy. Like, obviously, once I knew it was him, but wow, he looked so different. I think it's just the mustache.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm so glad that you watched that.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. I'm trying to think of some news that came up. I've got some things written down, and most of them are dregs from last week. Only a few things I've added to it. But one I did add from this week. Did you read about Lethal Weapon?
No.
So Mel Gibson, who we've spoken about before, was at some Q&A at like a screening. I don't know what festival or what screening it was. But he revealed to the audience that he had promised Richard Donner, before he died, that he would direct Lethal Weapon 5.
Oh.
So Lethal Weapon 5, which has been rumoured to have been happening for a long time, Richard Donner, till the day he died, was promising it's going to happen. And apparently he made Mel Gibson do a bit of a deathbed promise that he will take over and direct that final installment.
How do you think that'll go?
Good. Mel Gibson's an excellent director.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I honestly haven't cared much for him in anything really apart from Lethal Weapon, so I don't have much of an opinion on him. So
No,
Um,
that's fine. I mean, I'm strongly opinionated. I love the guy and would, you know, all but worship the ground he walks on. And as a director, I just think he's brilliant. You know,
what
whether it's
is?
Braveheart or whether it's Passion of the Christ.
Did he direct Braveheart?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay, okay.
He did recently Hacksaw Ridge, which I wasn't that keen on, but you know,
He did Hacksaw Ridge.
yeah.
How did I not know that? I love that movie.
Well, there you go. He directed that.
Why did I think that was? What's the other annoying Australian actor who's actually a New Zealand guy?
Russell Crowe,
Russell Crowe. Why did I think it was Russell Crowe?
because he directed The Water Diviner, which was another war film.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's where I'm getting mixed up.
Yeah. He directed one called The Man with No Face back in the 90s. That was a great one. Apocalypto is incredible. That's probably the best one he's ever directed. That's incredible. It's just so good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. I've learned something new tonight.
And he's a producer and he's produced lots of stuff that he hasn't acted in as well that are really good. So I think him taking over Lethal Weapon, I mean, who better to do it? The guy that's been in all of them.
Yeah.
You know, that knows the material back to front, that also would recognize the age that these characters are now at and play to those strengths.
Well, he's going to have to play it as well. So he's going to have to take it in his stride, isn't he? So
I mean, the very first film opened with "We're too old for this shit." So,
and when was that? The mid 80s, early 80s?
oh yeah, early to mid 80s, not
Oof.
mid to late 80s. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know, but and they were my age when the first movie came out.
Were they really?
I think so. Like, yeah, because Danny Glover's character was he turning 40 or 50?
I honestly can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way,
That's
I'm
nuts.
close to both. Yeah.
You're close to both. Just
Shit.
hanging around the middle there.
Yeah, so that look, I won't say it excites me, but I'm looking forward to it if it happens.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like the Lethal Weapons. I don't rave about them, but I like them, so I would probably watch it.
Cool.
Especially if it's a bunch of old guys. That might be funny.
Yeah.
I have some stuff.
Is it movie related?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I am excited because I didn't know that there was a Hunger Games prequel coming out. And I loved the books and I loved the movies and I love Jennifer Lawrence. I would worship the ground that she walks on, just like you would worship Mel Gibson's ground. And I'm excited. Well, she's not going to be in the new one, but I'm excited for a prequel.
That is exciting. If you're a fan, it's very exciting.
You're not a fan?
Oh, I am and I aren't. Like, it's I enjoy the Hunger Games a lot. Like, I can watch them very easily. I find them very contrived because it's a genre that I won't say it's been flogged to death, but it's certainly been done better before. And so,
I mean, it's been done a lot, like that dystopian future.
but
you
not
know,
only
it has
the
been
dystopian
done a
future,
lot, but-
also the game element has been done before better in my mind.
Fair enough.
But like, that's not to say. I mean, everything we watch has been done before and quite often better.
It's all derivative.
It's a long saga, I guess it is, you know, and I only can maybe watch one or two of them at a time. I can't binge them.
Yeah. I could binge them. I like them.
I know you could.
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot.
More sequels that Chloe loves.
But I don't see them as sequels. I see that as like a package. You know,
Well,
we've had this
be that as it
discussion anyway.
may, the fact remains they are sequels. But you know,
Well, I still prefer the first one out of all of them anyway, if that makes it any better.
Stanley Tucci's amazing in them.
Oh, he's just amazing in general. But yeah, I love him in it. He's just good at everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first thing that I'm excited about. And it's the guy who directed the last 2 or 3 of them as well. He's coming back to do the prequel. So I'm pretty excited to see more about that.
I've only seen headlines for this and I haven't read any articles. Do you know if the prequel will be before the games began or how the games began, or will it be sort of in the early years of the games?
So it's in the early years of the game. So the guy who Donald Sutherland's character, President Snow, it's about him
Okay.
as a child and how he becomes a mentor for kind of like what Woody Harrelson was for
Cool.
Jen Lawrence's character. So he was kind of like that in the beginning of the games.
Cool. I mean, they've got a lot of material to work for. All they've got to do is read the newspapers from Victoria over the last lockdown, and they've got a pretty good story, to base it upon.
We're not a political podcast, Glenn.
I didn't make it political.
Oh my goodness. What else have I got here? Speaking about sequels and remakes and that discussion that we keep bringing up, apparently they're remaking Roadhouse.
I did read that, and who was in this one? Trying to think.
Jake Gyllenhaal, who's very controversial at the moment. I love my T-Swift, but
I've got a lot of time.
I don't understand all of this.
I've got a lot of time for him, and I have a lot of time for Roadhouse, but never the two shall. What do you say, meet?
It's weird. It would be weird.
This is a strange one. I don't particularly like, remakes, as you know. Ben and I are very vocal about our love for Roadhouse, and I don't know. This is just I don't want it to happen. Is more the thing. Like, it might be done very well, and it might be a great film. I just don't really want it.
Yeah, I'm with you. And an article that I read said the exact same thing. Like, why I don't understand why we need this, but okay. And the thing is, the day I read that Patrick Swayze died, I actually cried because I just loved him, and I don't understand why they want to take it away from him. Like, no, no.
Speaking of Patrick Swayze, this week on Blu-ray for the first time, they've released The Last Dance, the movie he made back in the early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a Blu-ray release this week. So if you're a Swayze fan, pick it up.
I am a Swayze fan.
I know you are. Have you ever seen the series North and South that he made back in the 80s?
No.
Watch it. It's great. It's all about Confederate America, during the Civil War. And
maybe I have heard of that.
He and his best friend in the I'll say film because it's like a miniseries, but it's a film. They come from both sides, North and South, and then there's a conflict of how can they be friends when one is North, one is South.
That sounds fantastic.
Fighting, they're both fighting on opposite sides. Yeah,
that sounds really good.
It is. It's good. It's very good. There's another one called North and South that's not the same, but look for the Patrick Swayze one. It is so worth your time.
Yep, I'm going to be looking that up tonight.
Excellent.
North and South, did you say it was?
Yep.
That sounds good.
And if you cannot find it on any streaming service or whatever, I'll post you my DVDs and you can post them back when you're done.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. What else have I got? But anyway, Jake Gyllenhaal, you have a lot of time for him. I have a lot of time for him.
I certainly do. I think he's a courageous kind of actor. He picks some pretty damn good stuff. I mean, lately he's been a little bit sketchy with what he's been choosing, but that's okay. Everything else he does sort of makes up for it.
Donnie Darko is probably in my top 10.
Of course, incredible.
Just incredible.
Not only incredible, seminal, and phenomenal, and any other ominals that you can think of. He's just
so talented. So
he
talented.
Is. What's your favorite, other than Donnie Darko? What's your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal performance?
I haven't seen him personally, but I have seen clips on YouTube of him as Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, and I just think he does such a great job.
Hang on. What's that from? Where's that? What are you talking about?
So he plays Seymour to Ellen Green's Audrey on Broadway.
On Broadway, of course.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that's probably my other favorite performance that I've seen. And like I said, I haven't seen it personally. I've just seen clips of it.
But what about theatrically? Because we are a movie show after all. What?
My God.
That's okay. I was getting it left, right, and center from Ben and Sam the other day on the podcast.
Good. I'm gonna message her and be like, just give him shit.
Ben started it.
Doesn't he always? What's yours? Tell me yours while I think of mine, because I'm trying to think.
Oh, Nightcrawler, I think.
Oh, I was going to say Nightcrawler, but he creeps me out a little bit in it. So I wasn't going to say that one, but fuck, that was good.
And he's amazing in Prisoners.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Ooh, that's so up your alley. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal,
Ooh.
Denis Villeneuve, or whatever his name is, the guy that's made the new Dune, and
Ah.
Sicario and things like that. Oh, it is phenomenal. It's one of those movies about an abduction of a little girl and the father that's obsessed with finding her killer or abductor, or, you know, it's just a mystery. And Jake Gyllenhaal plays this sort of FBI agent that's sort of got to beat him to the punch.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal was in City Slickers. He was Billy Crystal's son when he was like, you know, little.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Just learning so much tonight. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I don't know what my other favorite performance is. I just like him in everything.
Okay, cool. Doug Liman. Doug Liman, I think, was the director of the new Roadhouse. That just clicked with me.
Doug Liman. Yes. Yep, I did read that.
Cool.
Yep. Jarhead. I love Jarhead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. Do you like Jarhead too? Don't answer
No,
that.
I haven't seen that.
Neither have I.
This is up your alley. I read this today. Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters are making a horror movie.
The Boo Fighters.
No.
No, that was a headline I read. Is
Oh God.
The Boo Fighters. I don't know what
like,
it's called.
He's a genius. He can't be calling his movie The Boo Fighters, honestly. Although that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's all the more reason to watch it.
Yeah, so apparently it's got like Will Forte in it and Whitney Cummings, and it's supposed to be like a comedic horror movie or something.
Yeah, look, I know about it. Once again, it's one of those ones you scroll by and you see the headline, but you don't click the article. But yeah, no, I should read up on it and see what it's all about. But
see, a lot of these ones caught my eye this time, and I clicked the article and I actually read up some of it. It sounds, I mean, if Will Forte is in it, I'm probably going to watch it. Foo Fighters I can take or leave, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, but Will Forte isn't always. I'm always going to watch whatever he has.
You and those SNL types.
I know. I'm so typical and basic. We get it, Chloe.
Don't be self-deprecating. Is that the word?
That's my whole jam.
That's Ben's jam too. I'm surrounded by self-deprecators.
Yeah,
I suppose that's better than self-defecators.
I mean, yes, that's true. However, it's unavoidable.
I know last week Ben had a choc top at one of the screenings, but he's lactose intolerant, so it almost ended up being a self-defecating moment.
Those lactose intolerant people, I tell you what, they just never learn. They just never learn.
Although my daughter has learnt because she won't touch anything that's got lactose. Like, it's been years. And I'm like, just try it. Like, come on, you never know. You might have...
Girls are smarter. I'm sorry to tell you, but girls are smarter.
Tell me that you would just ditch chocolate if you know you're lactose intolerant. Exactly. It's worth spraying the town brown.
I mean, yeah. It depends what chocolate, but yeah. It'd be very hard. I'm trying to see what the posters are above your head.
Oh shit! I don't know if the people watching can see if it's cropped or not. But that looks like Hannibal Rising.
Ah, okay. It kind of gave me like Pirates of the Caribbean vibes, and I'm just I can't really see.
Might be. That was also my video store before I changed it. That was when I was part of the Video Easy chain, and then I went independent and sort of changed the whole decor and new shelving and all that kind of stuff.
And did you call yourself Easy Video?
No.
I thought you would have thought that was funny. Let's move on from that, shall we?
Or we could just sit and relish the awkwardness.
No, let's not.
No, but look, I never really enjoyed being part of the chain, and so going independent was a good thing. And I just thought I'd put that photo up because it's one of the ones I have, and
yeah. Again,
Back
it's
when
just giving me all those nostalgic vibes, and I love it.
you can kind of see there it steps up
Yep.
and then around the back that way,
Yep.
whatever. Yeah.
Yep. It's giving me all types of flashbacks.
Yeah. Duel, Stephen King's Duel. Can you believe it's 50 years old?
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Far out. That makes me feel really old. I mean, obviously, I wasn't around when it got released, but I grew up with it. That's for sure. And the fact it's 50, it's considered by most people to be Steven Spielberg's first feature film.
Yeah, right.
Even though he'd made a few tally movies before it, but it's the first one that sort of was a big theatrical type of thing.
And what's that one about, if you don't mind me?
It's Jeepers Creepers took a lot of cues from it because it's all about a stalker truck. It's about a truck that stalks a guy on a road, and you never know the identity of the driver. It's just this really ominous truck that bears down on this car and starts pushing him off the road. And when the guy pulls into sort of rest stops to sort of get away from him or call the police, the truck's right there. And when he thinks he's gotten rid of it, it just creeps right back up on him. So the truck is a monster in and of itself, which is what Victor Salva wrote Jeepers Creepers around.
Wow, that's cool.
It's a very cool movie. Dennis Weaver is the actor in it, and it's classic Spielberg early days where you can see all that potential in him.
Yeah.
And that's the movie that got him Jaws as well.
Yeah, wow, really?
In fact, the trivia for that is in Jaws, right at the end when they kill the shark and it sinks and there's a shot of it sinking in the water, the noise it makes is actually the noise of the truck from Duel.
No way.
Because they kind of put a growl on the truck when it eventually meets its demise and to make it feel like it's a monster.
Yeah,
So they put that sound effect into Jaws and slowed it down.
Oh, God, I love that.
I know.
That's so great. I love those little nuggets.
Yep, it's a good movie. It's well worth, finding and having a watch. It's dated though, like it's very 70s, but it's really good.
That's okay. I much prefer dated movies in that sort of way. I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of love in those sorts of movies. And I can see it coming through the lens type thing. So
yeah. Hey, I've got two stories here. One that will make me happy and one that will make you happy.
Okay.
Which one first?
Do yours first.
Okay, well, there's this. This is one from last week as well. There's a petition going around for James Cordon not to be cast in any more adaptations, particularly Wicked.
Oh, I like James Cordon.
He's the fucking worst. He's
Why
the
do people
worst.
hate him so much?
Because
Why?
he sucks. He sucks. He's a fat little arrogant prick.
He's funny. He's
talented.
Not.
He's not.
And he works very hard.
No. Well, he works hard, but he's not talented. He's not funny. And he's a smug, arrogant C-bomb.
Oh. I don't feel that way personally, but I don't like that petition. No, he should be able to work.
And he ruins musicals.
No, that's not true. Into the Woods was great. There's going to be a long silence here. Into the Woods was great.
Cats? Anyone?
Okay, I never saw that.
Well, I must say, I'm one of the few people that gave that a thumbs up, but it's a hideous thumbs up. Like, it's one of those train wreck movies that's so good because it's so awful.
Yeah, there was a lot of flack around it, and I just wasn't game enough to see it.
Yeah, I know you, and I know you'll come away from that going, what the fuck did I just watch? My God. But like, yeah, no, I loathe James Cordon with a passion. In fact, the only thing I've ever liked him in was Lesbian Vampire Killers, and he's disowned that. So go get fucked, mate.
What about Gavin and Stacey?
Yeah, well, they're the guys that made Lesbian Vampire Killers. No, I'm not a huge fan of that.
Oh. Well, that's where we differ.
Well, did I not preface this by saying one will make you happy and one will make me happy?
That's true. Now I want to be happy.
And knowing that the world doesn't want him in any more musicals makes me very happy. What would make you happy? Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista are making a buddy cop film together based on a story that Jason Momoa has come up with.
It was on the list. It was on the Excuse me. Sorry. Yes, I saw that. That's going to be interesting. I'm not like the hugest fan of Dave Bautista, but Jason Momoa definitely.
I'm the
He's
opposite, see, because I find that Dave Bautista has really come out of his shell and become a really interesting actor, doing very different and sort of eclectic kind of work, whereas Jason Momoa is just playing into his one character, and he sort of does the same thing in everything. Not to say he doesn't do it well.
I was going to say he does it well though. So
He
I mean,
does. But whereas Dave Bautista, I think, he's really come out of his shell. He no longer likes to be affiliated with the wrestling stuff, so he doesn't like being in movies with other wrestlers. He likes to sort of now forge his own way. And his films have been so interesting and cool. Momoa, like I said, if he didn't have the beard and the long hair, I don't think the movies would sell.
I neither agree or disagree with you. However, you could be onto
disagree.
You can be onto something there. No, I don't want to agree with you, but I do agree with you. He has a certain aesthetic that does work for him and does work for the characters that he does play. And so I'll be really interested in to see
look
his
at
character
him,
in this sort of movie.
Look at photos of him from back in his teen days or Baywatch days. And as Margie from Fargo would have said, he's a funny looking fella.
Ah, I haven't seen him, so I couldn't give you an opinion.
But when he's got this scruff, hairy, Wolverine-like thing going on, he's amazing. He's got a really awesome presence. I agree completely. But that's kind of it's become very typecast for him.
Yeah.
And that falls into the whole Chris Pratt thing we were talking about last week.
Yeah. Yeah. But then there's people who are happy to be typecast. So and that's perfectly fine.
It's a matter of the viewer's patience and whether you want to watch more of the same.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But
I agree. I'll be interested to see him playing a character like this. Definitely.
Yeah, same here. And he came up with the story, so I'd be interested to see what he's like from a creative perspective.
Yeah, me too. Me too, actually. I think like the Pretty Boys don't get enough sort of rap as to how creative they can actually be. So I'll be interested to see that, definitely.
We've got a couple more minutes. What else was there? I don't know if you ever watched the TV series Luther. That's got a movie coming.
With Idris Elba?
Yeah.
You mean Sex on a Stick? He's gorgeous for an older gentleman. I know that's not what we should be like focusing on now. I'm sorry, but
let's not say gorgeous. For an older gentleman. Let's just say he's gorgeous.
But you know, like some people don't age as well. For an older guy, he's gorgeous.
Well, black don't crack.
Thank God for that. Anyway, my mother is obsessed with that TV show and she's begged me to watch it and I still haven't.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I've heard that. So I might have to give it a go. I've just started something new.
Cameo.
I've just started a new TV show, so I might finish that first and then I might give it a crack.
All right, that sounds good.
And then I'll be able to watch the movie with some context.
It's a very quick and easy show to watch in time for the movie because I think even series 3 or 4, one of them only had like 2 episodes. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yep. One more quick one I'll squeeze in. There's a prequel and / sequel to Heat coming. Michael Mann has confirmed. The movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Val Kilmer. Al Pacino. It's considered the greatest action movie of all time.
But it's not Die Hard? What? No.
Heat. Like, you don't know it?
No.
Okay. Look it up. It's massive. But anyway, there is people that love that film will be excited to know there is a prequel / sequel coming. And I don't know if it's a film or if it's an event series or one or the other, but that's exciting for those people.
Is it going to have like Pacino and De Niro and all that kind of stuff?
Well, maybe the sequel element to it. Who dies in that? I can't remember now. The prequel will have their characters for sure. The sequel element, I can't remember who survives and who doesn't, to be honest with you. It's been about 10 years since I've watched it. But
yeah, fair enough.
It's a great film. It's like a 3-hour epic and considered to be like a masterpiece.
Oh, there you go. Something again, I'm just learning so much tonight.
It's got one of the greatest shootout scenes ever. You know the shootout at the start of Dark Knight in the bank?
Yep.
It's very similar to that, but just much more gritty and
Okay.
full on.
Okay.
And Val Kilmer has never looked cooler.
Well, I mean, I pretty much like all of those people, so I don't know how I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's plenty of others in it too. It's and Michael Mann, it's the great Michael Mann. He's a great director.
Not Michael Feem. No, I'm not going to make that joke. Cool. All right. Well, that's going to have to go on the list too because I've never even heard of it and I don't know why. I want
to know what that joke was going to be.
Well, you said man, but it was kind of like I thought you said male, and I was going to be like, Michael female. No, it didn't work. It wasn't funny. I just don't show the people that I'm not that funny. I'm supposed to be funny, okay?
We'll just call him Michael Dude.
Michael Feeman.
Oh, Feeman.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a movie that's dying to be made.
Zing.
The Adventures of Feeman. The Adventures of Feeman and the Magical Mangina.
Oh my God.
Would you write it with me?
Feeman and the inverted penis.
And you said you weren't funny. Come on. No, you're very funny.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. All right. Let's write that one.
Okay, sure.
Presented by Up Late. Like, Up Late's Glenn and Chloe presents.
And we'll do like theatrical screenings of the script and we'll just like read it on screen or...
We'll make it.
We'll make it?
Yeah.
Film it
Who's going to play Feeman?
Ben.
There was no hesitation there.
He could be perfect for the role. You know me, I'm all about casting.